From the old faded Eldorado release, that is, Don't Cry, Just Suck. What's the reason for playing that, Chris? You asked for that song. Did you have something in mind?
No, not really. Just you're going to be stunned by this, but I pulled that out this week. I was just, you know how I am always fucking with my phone, with the music that's on my phone.
Sure.
I don't even know why I do it, because I'm never outside of Wi-Fi. I can listen to fucking anything. But I was messing around with my phone trying to get the music that I want on the phone, and I was putting up the W.A.S.P stuff. So I came on that album, and I was like, let me listen to this one more time, because I don't think I've listened to it since 97 or whenever it was. Isn't that album like 20 years old already?
It came out, I think it was like 98. It came out somewhere around there.
So it's almost 20.
It came out after KFD.
Yeah. And I remember hating that record.
Well, it wasn't very good. The production sucked. The lyrics were not good. It was like almost like a afterthought or something.
Well, I'm going to give you the same test that I had this week, because I listened to it this week and I really didn't hate it.
Well, you know, to hate it is one thing.
Yeah.
But to compare it to the other albums in the W.A.S.P catalog, it's really subpar.
It's definitely there with, you know, the what was the one, Still Not Black Enough and shit like that.
Well, that was the Still Not Black Enough was quote unquote a Blackie Lawless solo.
Yeah, and stinks.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good.
But Eldorado, for whatever reason, it did not live up to the W.A.S.P catalog. And then W.A.S.P came back really, really, really strong.
Right.
With Dying for the World and what was the one before Dying for the World?
Unholy Terror.
Unholy Terror.
Yeah,
I mean, those just came out and just punched you in the face.
Yeah, those are great. I mean, I'm not trying to say Eldorado is great by any stretch of the imagination, but there's good songs on it.
Well, again, I think the biggest complaint was not whether the songs were good enough.
Yeah.
It's just that the production was totally suck.
Yeah, the production was bad.
It was terrible.
But do you remember when it came out and they said, well, this is going to be the return to the first two albums as far as the style and all that shit?
Yeah, and I think one of the most popular songs or the most featured songs was Dirty Balls.
Yeah, which
just terrible.
That wasn't good, but
you know, but the thing is, I think they were trying to recreate something that just could not be recreated, because basically the first couple of W.A.S.P releases were, and I'm going to use a cliche here, was capturing lightning in a jar.
Yeah.
And you can't just recreate that.
No.
You know, and make a facsimile of it.
Right.
So that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to recreate the raw emotion of the original two releases. And
right, it'd be dirty.
It just failed. It failed.
It just wasn't. But like I listened to it this week, and the song Eldorado's pretty good. I didn't hate Don't Cry Just Suck, although it's stupid. And like Damnation Angels is a very good song.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, you know, maybe I judged this one a little too quickly, but I mean, and again, it's still lower tier of the W.A.S.P catalog, but not as awful. I actually added it to my phone.
Sure.
I was like, all right, why not?
Sure.
So, but yeah, I'm with you though. The two following were great. And you know me, dude. I'm a huge W.A.S.P fan. I like both Neon God records.
Well, I have no issue with the Neon God records. I like those as well, but production wise, Eldorado just seemed like a throwaway.
Yeah,
album.
That was definitely a CMC do it on the cheap, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think that was definitely a CMC
but
record.
after they emerged from that, they came out and just was slamming. You know, Dying for the World and again, what was the other one?
The Unholy Terror.
Unholy Terror. Just the production was great. The music was great. The lyrics were great. It was just, it was like a whole different band for, and I guess it was in some regard.
It was. It definitely was. But Blackie is best. I think the first two albums were what they were. And I've told you this before. I'm not a huge fan of the first album.
Yeah, well, it was early. It was early W.A.S.P. and they were, recording as they were at that time and whatever. But, that's an artist, as it were, a band that needed to be developed.
Yeah.
And once they hit their third and fourth album, they were finally just, hit their stride, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say, though, I love Last Command. I thought Last Command was excellent. I'm trying to think of what the order is with them. What was the third one? Was the Inside the Electric Circus?
Headless Children? No,
that's fourth.
That's the fourth one?
Yeah, let me pull up W.A.S.P. I'm pretty sure that it went W.A.S.P. and then Last Command, and then the one with 9-5 Nasty, the circus one,
sure.
Inside the Electric Circus.
Inside the Electric Circus, right?
And then Headless Children. Here we go. Oh, there's the tours. Where's the albums? Here we go. W.A.S.P. That's okay. Last Command is second. Love that to death.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the Electric Circus. I loved it in 1986 when it came out. I played the shit out of it. Didn't hold up real well.
Yeah, it was kind of like cheesy pop stuff.
But then they changed directions when Blackie got all songwritery.
Yeah, he got introspective and got a little more serious.
Right, and that's when you got the Headless Children.
Sure.
And then that's followed by the Crimson Idol and Still Not Black Enough, which, whether that's a W.A.S.P. record or not, it definitely is when Blackie was doing a lot of hard writing.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went the other direction with Kill Fuck Die.
Yeah, which was trying to jump the bandwagon of the Marilyn Manson craze.
Mm-hmm. And should have, because it was fucking great.
It was great. It was definitely a surprise, I think.
Hell yeah, I love that record. Then Helldorado, trying to throw it back. But then Unholy Terror and Dying for the World were the throwbacks to the Headless Children.
Yeah, they came out, and that was a punch in the face.
Yeah. And then he threw it back to the Crimson Idol with the two Neon Gods.
Mm-hmm.
And then he found Jesus, and that's what you got for the last three. Dominator, Babylon, and Gorgotha.
Sure.
Golgotha.
Sure.
Which I don't hate those records, but
they don't have the teeth.
They're soft.
Yeah, they don't have the teeth.
Yeah. I mean, they're okay. They're listenable, but they'll never be my first 5 choices.
Out of those two, out of the two last, I like Dominator the best.
Yeah.
Because they definitely had a very, I don't know, dark vibe, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
In the last one, not so much.
Yeah, that was weak. I know our friend Bill Peters loves that record.
See, I don't get that. I like Dominator, but I didn't like the last one at all.
Yeah, I didn't like Babylon, and I certainly did not like Golgotha at all. Neither of those records did anything for me.
Yeah, I mean, they sounded like W.A.S.P., but they just lacked the bite or the teeth or the darkness of it.
Yeah, I still listen to most of the W.A.S.P. catalog, though. Do you? Do you still pull that up every now and again?
I love W.A.S.P. I listen to all of it. Some of it I like more than others, obviously,
sure.
But the whole W.A.S.P. catalog, regardless of the weak stuff or the strong stuff, I like it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in. I mean, again, the only one that I really don't listen to very much, honestly, even with the new records, is Still Not Black Enough. I just don't dig that.
Well, again, that was supposedly a Blackie Lawless solo release.
Yeah, well, it's garbage.
Yeah, it's not that great.
You know who played drums on that, though, don't you?
Frankie Banali.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not even a band. Even on the record, it says band members Frankie and Blackie.
Sure.
And Blackie's vocals, rhythm, acoustic, keyboards, bass, and sitar.
Yeah, it's a solo record.
Yeah, Bob Kulick played the lead guitar on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing this is Josephson, spelled wrong, is electric violin. That tells you all you need to know there. Stet was on it. He played a little bit of drums. And Tracy Whitney and Casey Calloway doing backing vocals. There's nothing there that says WASP.
No.
Nothing.
But it went under the WASP banner because, like Bobby Blotzer, the trademark name allows it to be marketable.
Yeah, but they didn't even use the WASP logo. Like Dokken, they didn't even use the WASP logo.
No, it wasn't the WASP logo, but it was the WASP name.
Yeah, just the WASP name just written on it.
Mm-hmm. It was just some generic font.
Yeah. So... yeah, I like them, and that's why I wanted to play that song, was just because I listened to Helldorado this week. I was like, okay, I don't hate this like I thought I did.
Sure.
Not as bad.
I agree.
Anyway,